There once was a time that if you were talking about growing produce in California, that would usually mean peaches and nectarines, maybe some field crops and things like that. But believe it or not, you can grow exotic tropical fruit here in even Northern California, where I live. For example, you see here we have some bananas growing. And back over here we have a beautiful jaboticaba tree growing right next to another banana tree. And we have this guy right here, the cherimoya. And that's the focus of our video today, cherimoya. But first, if you like this channel, click the like and subscribe button. Don't forget the notification bell. So cherimoya is a delicious tropical fruit grown in the mountains of South America. At least that's where it originated. And it just barely hangs on and does a good job of growing fruit here in Modesto, California, Zone 9B. Now, the first year that you plant them in the ground, you kind of have to protect cherimoyas because, well, they're kind of sensitive. But once they get this extreme dense canopy, they are surprisingly hardy. It would take probably 25 degrees or below to start seeing some serious damage on this guy, this Vietnamese cherimoya. But yeah, this thing has been in the ground for about 3 years, and it's harvest time for the very first fruit of the year. But I wanted to let you guys know some of the difficulties that I had this year. Now, you look at this tree and you say, wow, it is so healthy. What could possibly have gone wrong? Well, I'll tell you, it has to do with the hand pollination that I did. When this guy first started flowering, it was loaded with flowers. And so what did I do? And here's some flowers right now. Still here, even this, and here it is going into wintertime. That's an unopened flower. I seen all the flowers on there and I'm going, this tree is so huge that I can really just pollinate every flower and get hundreds of pounds of fruit on a cherimoya tree that's only not even 3 years old. Well, that's where I made my mistake. Now, I have grown cherimoya here in Modesto, California before and got lots of fruit, and they were big fruit, some as big as 2 and 3 pounds. But this year, I made that mistake, and we'll get to that in a second. But I wanted to show you what I've got. Now, the fruit are so weird shape. I mean, have you ever seen such a odd shaped, I guess next to a jackfruit? They are, or breadfruit, they are crazy. But yeah, cherimoya, they are reported not to like a lot of heat. And we were not that hot this year. I think I got up to, probably 108 was my hottest temperature. And you've seen a little tiny bit of sunburn, but not much, because these guys are really a lot more hardy to the heat than most people give credit. But they aren't so hardy, at least the first couple years in the ground, to cold. I want to say that 30 degrees will cause these things some serious damage. So you want to get these things growing as fast as you possibly can the first couple of years. Because once they're this big, I don't even think 20 degrees would kill it back more than about 50%. And then they recover in the following year. Oh, hey, there's, you guys wanted an update on my papaya tree. Not doing so good this year. It did fine, but the problem is it's in the shade. You can't get fruit on a papaya that's in the shade. So I'm gonna have to take that in consideration. It does have some, if you guys can see up here, a little bit of fruit still setting. We are at the end of October, and who knows how much longer we're gonna have this mild weather. But yeah, so one thing I wanted to mention, a lot of folks are asking about my coffee tree. This is my coffee tree. Did I get fruit this year? No, I did not. Biggest mistake I made, I should have changed the soil in the pot out, because it is in a pot. I do have some scattered, smaller ones around my yard that are in the ground, but this one's in a pot, and the soil's spent. It flowered a little bit, and then they just didn't hold the fruit. Many times I've had these guys flower and fruit a lot. And you can see it's probably an 8-foot tall tree. Right next to it is my miracle fruit. He's flowering, doing really good. But yeah, so I do still have a few other things like going on as we cool off. Plumerias are at the end of their season. I stopped watering my plumerias, and so they will slowly go into dormancy and then make it through the winter. I will put my plumerias, the ones that are in pots, I'll put them underneath this awning because they are sensitive to the cold. I have a few in the ground. They're up against the house. They do okay. So yeah, so back to Cherimoya. I digress. I am constantly chasing rabbits around when it comes to my tropical fruit trees. But so no, it's so odd that Cherimoyas, each fruit looks so much different than the other one. Look at this one's bumpy. This one's got big, like I call those thumb marks. And then we come up in here, and I don't know if you can see because it's dark in this canopy, but look at this one. This guy's a little different, but look how tiny it is. And that's what we're talking about. Why are all my Cherimoyas so tiny this year? Well, I made the biggest mistake, as I was mentioning earlier. I took off and started every single flower that popped up. I was fertilizing it. Big mistake. I started as soon as they showed up in early May, and the darn things just, they set fruit, but then they dropped off. So it did its own culling. My advice to folks that are going to hand pollinate their Cherimoya, if you live inland like I do, you pretty much do need to hand pollinate. Wait until June, and then don't go crazy with the pollination. Just because you see a lot of flowers and that you got the power, you don't want to over pollinate the tree. You just you're going to have to take an idea, find an ideal amount that will grow on your tree. Next spring, I will probably prune this thing. It's probably 20 feet tall. I will prune this thing way back, probably to about 10 feet tall. And we'll see how it goes. But yeah, that's my Cherimoya trees with an update on my coffee tree, so on and so forth. My name is Jeff. If you like this channel, make sure to click the like and subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. Comments and questions, leave them in the comment section below. I do my very best to get back to folks with their comments and their questions. You have a wonderful day.